What's up? I'm Keith Kalfas and I'm here with Hunter. We don't have a lot of time. What's up?
What's up?
Hunter has his own lawn care service for how long?
Since I was about 11 or 12.
11 or 12.
About
how old
8
are you?
years, 20 years old now.
Nice. Now he has a day job and I never hear, Hunter cuts my lawn, by the way. He's literally in the middle of cutting my grass. And even though I do landscaping, he cuts my grass, okay? And I go outside and I'm like, you need to raise my price. I know, so please will you raise my price?
I don't think so.
I want to be a good customer.
I don't think I can raise it.
Look,
I think I like you too much.
Because you like me? I like you too. But this is business.
Yeah.
So you got to promise me you raise my price.
Yeah, I'll have to raise it for next month.
For starting effective immediately.
Immediately?
Come
I
on,
can
you
do
got
that.
it right now.
I can do that.
Who cares if you like me?
Still gotta make money.
Still got to make money. So he's raising my price.
Yep, we'll raise it next week.
Okay. So I'm going to see it on my invoice that you have raised my price.
Yes, sir, on your July invoice.
Yes! So you did raise my price.
Yes, we did.
Thank you. Now, I never hear him say cuss words, but he used the F word when he talked about his day job.
Sure did.
You effing hate your day job and you want out of it, but why aren't you quitting your day job?
Guess I'm a little scared to see if I can make the money to make up for my day job.
In lawn care and landscaping?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, sorry, is it okay that we get into your business because it's going to help
sure.
people? You make about $500 a week in your day job?
Yes, sir.
Working in a shop?
Yep. We work from 6 to 3:30.
And you want to just quit, but you're afraid you're not going to make up the money.
Yeah, I gotta be able to make up that money.
So when you're inside of it, it's hard to see your own situation, but sometimes somebody on the outside or somebody who's gone through it before, and you can leave comments below, please, if you've gone through this process, it'll create a lot of value. I believe I can see it crystal clear. It just takes a little bit of math to get his head in a place where he sees it as silly to keep his day job because of all the opportunity it's costing him. So to get his brain into an opportunity cost, let me erase this real quick. And I'm gonna keep talking loud so you can hear me because I know the microphone's over there. Okay, so how many lawns do you got right now?
About 50.
50 lawns. What's your average ticket per lawn?
About $25 a house.
Okay, so you got 50 lawns times 25.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
12.50.
12.50 a week.
Yes, sir.
And what's your radius of what you work? Your work area.
We usually stay within 15 miles of my house.
15 miles?
Yeah, we go from pretty much all the way to the other side of town.
What percentage of those lawns are the farthest away versus the closest?
I definitely say my percentage is very close. I have a lot of lawns that are very close. Small percentage are far spreader apart.
Is it just like a few out there?
Yeah, it's not very, very tight out there. It gets pretty wide and definitely some room for improvement.
I'm asking that because of the time associated with driving out and making up the time for your day job.
Most houses it takes, we drive 5 minutes. Some houses we drive 10.
But you drive all the way across town?
5 minutes is about what we want to be. Any more than that, you're not gonna make much
Because
money.
I know in my neighborhood you cut like a whole bunch.
Yeah,
just
we do
right
about 30 houses just in this neighborhood.
30, and you live right by here too. So 30, 50.
Yep.
I mean, if we talked about it more, you'd probably on an 80-20 of 80% of your jobs are close,
Yes.
20% are far.
I would say that's a good number.
And how many hours a week do you work at your day job?
About 50.
50. And then if you're off there, all the taxes and everything taken out of your check as an employee?
Make about $500.
$500 a week. Okay, so you make $500 a week in your check.
Yep.
And obviously you got to pay taxes and lawn care and all that stuff and be a legitimate business. But what I'm saying is at $25 average per lawn, some of your lawns are 20?
Yep, some of them are more than 25, but
so if you create a new minimum for all new customers at
25 needs to be a new minimum.
At least 25 times 4 houses equals $100
a day.
So you need to replace $500 a week in income. That's what we're looking at right now. Now, how many houses can you cut in an hour?
In this neighborhood, we can do about 4 an hour.
You can do 4 an hour?
Me and my buddy can do 4 an hour.
15 minutes per house?
Yep.
Okay, so you can literally make $100 revenue in an hour.
Yep.
Okay. Now let's just say, I don't know what your net profit and all that is, but let's just say you had to do 5 or even 6.
Yep.
Right? Okay, so $500 a week you have to replace. If you just do
4 more houses per day.
4 houses per day, 5 days a week, you just said it. So if you cut 4 more lawns a day,
5
times 5 days a week equals $500. Okay, so check this out. But how am I gonna fit that many more houses in per day? You're working all day in your job.
6 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night.
10 o'clock at night. That's when you're done with the grass.
Cutting grass. We work 6 to 3:30 at the other job.
6 to 3:30 at the other job. So every time he cuts my lawn, it's usually in the evening. He shows up at
4:30 or past.
I've seen him at 8 o'clock at night. He cuts my brother and sister's law's lawn too. He was there you were there 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, just last week I asked him if it was all right, and he said he didn't have a problem with it.
Okay, so look at all that time you're spending at the day job as non-billable hours, unless you have another crew out working for you, because you're not at that point yet.
No, sir.
Okay, so and it's 5 days a week?
5 days a week.
And you said you effing hate that job.
That is correct.
Okay, so check this out. If you can cut an extra 4 lawns in an hour at $25, you're working, how many hours a day do you work at your job?
8.5 hours.
8.5 hours?
8 hours for easy numbers.
Well, let's just say 8 hours.
Yep.
So, in 1/8 of the time, by 8 o'clock in the morning, you could have already made up that extra $100.
That is correct.
Now let's just say how are you gonna find all the extra work to fill up the calendar? Okay, well that means you have 7 extra hours per day to figure this out.
That's a lot of marketing time.
Okay, so let's just say you spent 1 of those hours, 1 hour just focusing on marketing and advertising the business and getting more customers and clients. How long would it take you to fill up the rest of the schedule?
Not long.
Can you drop down to part-time at your job?
I probably could.
So where's the thing stopping you? Is it a fear? Is it conscious or unconscious? Talk it out.
It's just the fear of having to get out there and actually do it.
And I'm sorry if I'm not trying to be braggadocious or anything like this, and we're just in a hurry, and I drank a lot of coffee. But how do you feel?
You're worried. I mean, you got to make $500 a week. It's not guaranteed money anymore. You got to get out there and find that extra $500 now. So that's just the part that's scary. I mean, it's definitely 100% doable, but you got to get out there and make it happen.
Now, do you do any other services like trimming shrubs?
Yeah, we do shrub removal, trimming, mulch, some small landscape work.
Do customers ever ask you for that?
Oh yeah, lots of them.
And what do you tell them?
Yeah, we do it.
You do it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever have to turn it down because you're too busy?
Not usually. Usually I'll just tell them, I'm really busy right now. I probably wouldn't be able to get to it for a few weeks, and if they're fine with it, they're fine with it. Sometimes they aren't, but it's part of doing business.
A few weeks, oh.
Sometimes it gets like that in springtime when the grass is growing and everybody wants work done. You get booked for a little bit.
Are you cutting grass 4 or 5 days a week?
It usually depends on the rain right now. It could be 4 days and it could be 5.
So you could take 5 of those days.
I could have a whole extra day.
You could compress all that down into just 4 days? Into 3 days?
3 or 4 days right now I could, yeah.
Okay,
sure.
so, and literally you would have 2 whole days left over where you literally just have to do 2 $250 jobs or 1 $500 job of trimming a customer's property, putting down mulch, pulling the weeds, whatever, right?
Yep, some type of landscape maintenance. Anything, $500.
You have 50 clients.
Yep.
Okay, so in marketing and advertising, the rule is the customer acquisition cost is what does it cost you to get a new customer? Mm-hmm. That's why the rule of thumb is if you go to your existing client database and you look at your list of customers.
Yep.
And you go through to all of them, because those are people that already know you, like you, and trust you, because they've already done business with you. They've proved by voting with their wallets. They've already given you money,
Sure.
okay? So those are the people that are easiest to convince to, quote unquote, give you more money. So if you go to your existing clientele, and you don't even have to make the leap right away. All you have to do is an experiment and say, and if none of this is working for you, I totally understand, and stop me if I'm going too far. But
No, you're totally right on track.
mind you, I've had a lot of coffee, but go to these 50 customers, and you can even prioritize the list around which ones that you think are the coolest or like you the best, or
For sure.
maybe probably have the most amount of disposable income. Just like the 80-20 rule states, you can find the top 20% of ones that you know right now that probably need, I mean, if you're on their property every single week and you see that they probably need property maintenance or something going
You
on.
got some nasty looking houses, that's for sure.
Okay.
They need some flower bed maintenance. So, I mean, there's lots of work out there, just from our own customers, like you're saying.
So if do you have all their email addresses?
Yeah.
You have their email addresses,
Just
phone numbers, you can text them?
address. Yep, you can knock on their door.
So if you go to that existing list of customers and say, hey, listen, we're taking on more clients and we're expanding. Do you need, or if you know anybody who needs more lawn service, any friends, family, neighbors,
Yep.
within a 5-mile radius or whatever your radius is, because you got to figure that out. We're open now. We're doing shrub trimming, garden bed maintenance, mulch, decorative stone, whatever you want to do or don't do is fine by you.
Yep.
Usually it makes more sense to just do more of what you're
Yeah.
already doing, because you
I
already
like
have a
to
system
stick
for
to
that.
grass, but
Stick to
I
grass.
don't
then.
mind mulch jobs. They're quick and easy. I mean, you can't go wrong with them.
So there you go. If you go to the existing clientele and you say, we are taking on more clients, if you need any of these services done,
Yep.
so email them all, get on the phone, call them all, and then text them all. And then there's something called fiber rounds. If you have door hangers or business cards, go to the 5 neighbors around each of your customers
Yep.
and leave them a flyer and spread the word around, and then see if a bunch of these people say yes, or however many of them say yes. Just do the math and say, oh my God, I could literally pull an extra $2,000 to $3,000 this month, and it was right in front of you the whole time, but you didn't see it because it's so close
You
to
only
you.
had to make one phone call.
Yes. So what's interesting is when work creates work. The more you're out there working, the more people see you doing it,
For sure.
and is the more that it keeps expanding on itself just by like the laws of the nature of doing it. So you say, I might be able to do it this month, but what about next month? Well, to me it's an absolute no-brainer, but for you it will probably take a leap of faith.
Right.
But you don't have to take the leap. You can literally replace just some of it, like imagine like a slider, like a fulcrum, and then see if you can drop down to part-time at your job.
Right.
And then once it takes over, you can just put in your 2 weeks notice and quit. And then by this time next year, you'll probably be doing an extra $5,000 to $6,000 to $7,000 a month.
Right.
And then what your profit margins will be from that, you'll be, because the thing is regret. It's when you're walking in circles, kicking yourself in the ass, going, why did I do this for so long, and why
That's where I'm at right now.
why did you not quit your job sooner?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Why am I still there?
And you said you hate it.
Yeah.
So what's holding you back?
Gotta get out there and find some work. That's the only part holding me back.
Think about this. It's not about getting your name out there. It's about getting their names in here.
Yep.
So, just like any basic sales training, you make the list and pick up the phone and just start dialing or texting. And go through and go create that work. Pull them into your funnel. So you're gonna create a funnel. I wonder if this red works. Yeah, so create a funnel. This is called tofu, top of funnel. Can you guys see that? I don't think you can see that. Top of funnel. Go and pull your existing client list into that funnel and see if you can pull an extra $2,000 a month in revenue. It might be $2,500, you know what I'm saying? But see if you can do that And then if you can do that, you don't even have to say, hey, we might be taking on more work. Is there anything you need done? And then you can actually kind of just dip your toe in the water and see if they would be willing to sign up.
Right.
They say, I can't say for sure because we're really busy, but we might be able to take on new clients. They don't know that you're saying that to every single individual client.
Right.
So you actually might get like 12 or 13 customers out of this 50 that say yes, and even new customers. And for all you know, it might be like $7,000 in work. And if they're all saying yes, now you have $7,000 in checks and cash waiting for you right here, knocking on your door. And you're like, $500 a week for 50, 60 hours, 7,000 in checks. The point is, it has to feel like there's gourmet like steaks and lobster. And I know it's landscaping, but imagine there and there's like fruit punch and this amazing table of all this abundance.
Yep.
But yet you're over here digging in the garbage, and it's so obvious to you. It has to be that obvious to where you're like, you know, it's like almost like I'm talking about myself now, like a dog that goes back to his own vomit. They talk about this in the Bible. We can't stop doing something that's not good for us. So, what's it gonna take for you to take the leap? I'm just talking your head off.
I don't know, I think this really inspired me, and I think taking a picture of this and looking at it at night and thinking, and it'll inspire some ideas for sure.
You gotta put a deadline on it. What day are you gonna drop down to part-time?
I'm gonna
Or
have to
quit
talk
or
to
both?
them. Let's see, and probably start with the client list and see how much work I could bring in first, like you're saying with the funnel.
Why don't you give yourself 30 days? That's plenty
That's
of time.
pretty fair.
You know why? Do they like you where you work?
Oh yeah, they love me.
They love you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so, and they support you. They know you cut grass at night. You're a straight fucking hustler, bro.
Yeah, we cut the boss's house. We cut his. We cut the shop.
He supports you. Okay, so check this out. With the whole COVID thing, you can't even like touch someone. COVID! I'm just playing. It's very serious. I'm just joking, but what I'm saying is, we feel like things are a Pandora's box. Like once you get in, you can never go back. But truthfully, if you gave it a shot and you just fucking went for it, if it didn't work right away, you could just go back to work in 60 hours.
I'd be more than welcome back.
You'd be more than welcome back.
As long as I put my 2 weeks in.
As long as you put your 2 weeks in.
Yep.
So if you're like this totally open, honest, transparent type of person, you could even go tell your boss, hey, I'm really gonna give this thing a shot, and I'm just letting you know. And if it doesn't work, can I go back to full time?
It's a great way to put it right there.
I'm even booked out, we're booked out 9 weeks now. I have so many phone calls coming in for property maintenance services, even locally, that I could even subcontract you work. That was not my plan this whole time at all. Literally, I'm thinking about that right now, but you can literally reach out and network with other landscapers. The time that it's costing you stuck in a shop 8 hours a day is putting blinders on you
I can
from
make so much more money.
all the network time. Yeah,
And
unless you
$8.
like it. You actually, yeah, he likes it. All right, I'm just picking on you.
I do not.
So sometimes it's simple as just thinking things through. When you're so busy running on a wheel, and I have all these own problems myself, when you're so busy running on the wheel, you can't even get off the fucking wheel for a second to just look at it.
I agree, and you putting it on the whiteboard really puts it into perspective how it's really not that difficult to cut 4 more houses every day. That ain't nothing.
So if you have an existing list of 50 customers, every single person theoretically knows 100 people. So it's 50 times 100. Is it like 5,000?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's just say 20% of those people are local. What's that? 1,000 people you have potential access to, and that's without spending a single dime on marketing.
Just a phone call
Just a phone call.
or an email.
And then if you get shirts with your number on it real big, get some magnets
On the truck.
on your truck with your phone number real big.
Yep.
Go get some like huge chloroplast signs or boards, one huge one for the back of the trailer, and just hit the fucking gas pedal, dude, and you're good.
You're a billboard.
Sales solve all problems for the most part. Hey man, That was fun.
Yeah, that was nice talking with you.
If you like this video, go ahead and please smash the subscribe button.
Make sure you hit that thumbs up.
Yes. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know, and we can continue to follow his journey. If it's cool with him, if it's cool with you. That was fun, man.
Sure was. Thanks a lot.